sector is clear.
Give us everything we got! All wings.
Hi guys, I'm Apex from the latest generation, and we're just gonna skip to the good bit. As you may have seen, Battlefront 2 has recently gone free in the PlayStation Store. Because of this, us at the latest generation decided to do an extended induction into heroes and lightsaber fighting. We're going to break these down into categories, the first one being Dueling. Dueling is the bread and butter of HVV and Showdown. It's when you and another hero engage in lightsaber combat, and there are 5 main components that make it up. Stamina control, dodging, parrying, the dance, which ties everything together, and ability uses of every hero. So first up we have stamina control. This is the bar above your health that depletes when you block or attack your opponent. When this runs out, you are totally vulnerable to attack, which is why stamina management is one of the most important aspects of Saber combat. Be aware that holding the block button the entire time will mean your stamina will not recharge once you have depleted it, so keep an eye on what your opponent is doing. If they have used all their abilities and are out of Saber range, this is the perfect opportunity to retreat and let the stamina rebuild. So next up we have dodging. Dodging is a very important ability that all heroes have, and the reason it's so important is you take a massive reduction in damage when you do it. It's an effective way of getting around your opponent and attacking them from behind. Remember, you can dodge forward into them, it's not just left, right and back. If you do manage to get behind them, you do a massive 75% extra damage, so practice the timing needed to maximize its use. Next up we have parrying versus mashing. Parrying is very important, and you do it by hitting the attack button after you block your opponent's attack. This will allow you to parry and deal damage. You do this by waiting for the lightsabers to clash and then hitting the attack button. But be aware they may want to mash. Mashing is something completely different. If you are being mashed, simply block and wait for the stamina to drain and then attack in full force. Boys, come on, drain your stamina, mash me boys, come on. There you go, there you go, there you go. Saber fighting in Battlefront 2 is more of a dance than it is a fight, and that dance can sometimes last an entire game if you go up against someone with equal skill level. When you're in a 1v1 combat situation, it's important to remember you are fighting a player with their own strategy and their own experience. Often you'll find yourself fighting someone who's patient, vigilant, waiting for a mistake. This, quote, dance is used in all fighting games such as Bloodborne and Dark Souls and such like that. It's the ability to read your opponent's moves before they're even made, to know when to take advantage or when they do, when to attack relentlessly and when to defend. Patience, practice, confidence, skill, timing, blocking, sidestepping, abilities and even running away are all things that require time to master, and when you do, you will be unstoppable in this game.
Nice. Stamina, remember.
Don't need it, she's dead. The next category we have is heroes and their abilities. Each and every hero has their own set of abilities, and it's imperative to your survival that you familiarise yourself with all of them in the main menus, as well as the cards that go with them. Remember, knowledge is power. Most abilities are self-explanatory and can be blocked by simply holding guard, like a saber throw or force push. But not all abilities can be blocked, such as any form of explosives and what we like to call invisible abilities. To give you an example, Obi-Wan can use the Force to make you unable to use your abilities for a short while Rey can flip your controls. Left becomes right, back becomes forward, etc. So it's very important that when facing these heroes you make sure you're ready for that surprise. Know your enemy. Last but not least, we have some LG top tips and hints for you. First one being soldier sensitivity. You want to go into your options and have your soldier sensitivity to at least 70. Being able to spin around and block incoming attacks from behind is absolutely essential to a lightsaber hero. Number 2, respect the duel. If your teammate is in a 1v1, do not get involved. That is their fight. Unless your friend is specifically asking you for help, just leave them. Even in Showdown, if your fight finishes first, pull up somewhere and wait for them to finish. If your teammate loses, then you can go in and mop up, but not before. It's an unwritten rule of the game. Number 3, the arcade mode. Some heroes are more difficult to get a handle on than others. To find one that suits your playstyle, go onto the arcade mode and get used to their abilities. You can pick your battle, edit your enemy's size and difficulty, and even change how quickly your abilities recharge. But be aware, fighting AI is very, very different from PvP. And finally, my final piece of advice to you, stick with it. This is not an easy game to play. It will require a lot of patience before you become even an average player at HVV, and there will be times when you want to uninstall this game. But one day it will click, and when it does click, you'll realise just how much fun you can have on this thing.
There's loot. Frozen. Oh, wow. Oh my god.
I'm in the middle of it, I'm trying to help.
Three of them just trashed me. I'd love to be just annihilated.
I was trying to help. I was in there with you, bro.
I see your team. Yeah.
Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you found it at least kind of useful, and I hope you learned something new. See you guys soon. Bye bye.